Hi all, welcome to week 7. So this week what you'll be doing is you will be taking your argumentative paper outline and the research that you've done, and you'll be forming that into a complete paper. This will probably require a little more writing than in week 5 when you made your research papers, because there's twice as many words in this paper. But you should have plenty of reasons to write those words. So I'm going to go through the assignment for this week, and then, we'll talk about each one. You should be able to see that. So first of all, you're turning in your research paper final draft. If you wanted to rewrite your research paper for a higher grade, that'll be due on probably Monday, a week from whenever I gave you guys feedback the first time. You'll turn in the same document, but an updated PDF showing the changes that you've made. Next, drafting body paragraphs. So this will be the supporting points that you made in your paper. Old David covers how to do this, but this is exactly like the research paragraphs that you did for the research paper. The only difference is these will be argumentative. So they will each be supporting a reason why you are right about your argument rather than explaining a topic. This one is from a sample that I wrote about food trucks, and for this paragraph I'm arguing that the biggest advantage food trucks have over regular restaurants is the ability to relocate. And I just have a lot of evidence here about why being able to change locations is important for food trucks. So it's the same structure as last time. Topic, elaboration, evidence, explanation. I have a lot of evidence in here. You probably won't need that much. So you'll need one of these for each of your supporting points, and the supporting points are the ones that explain why you're right. So the next one here is the counter-argument paragraph. You'll have at least one of these in your paper. And the idea for your counter-argument is you want to show what your opponent thinks, what someone arguing against you would say, and why they're wrong. So this is a paragraph where if you were arguing that Michael Jordan is better than LeBron James, this is your paragraph about how LeBron James has had a longer career and scored more points than Michael Jordan did. And that would be the first part that you would do, but then in the second part you would explain that Michael Jordan transformed the game and had way more championships than LeBron did, and that's more important than scoring a lot of points. You'll be explaining what your opponent would say, and then you will be showing why that doesn't matter or why they're wrong. So in this, Old David will go through this more, but in this sample I talk about how people say that food trucks don't have good storage, and then I show a way that they're able to avoid having to be constrained by that, by having commissary kitchens make their food for them. Next, intro, conclusion, and works cited, which will be very much like last time. You will introduce your topic the same way you did before by showing people the parts they're familiar with. Then you'll talk about both sides of your argument a little bit, and then you'll have your thesis statement for your intro. For your conclusion, you will rediscuss some of the main points that you made, and then you will give your audience something to take away from your paper. And then for your works cited page, you will just need to post all of your sources, which you should already have from making your sources assignment last time. Once you've done all of those assignments, you will form them into a completed document draft, the one that you're going to turn in for your next draft, and you will post that to the discussion board for peer review, as well as the PDF, just like we always do. On the peer review assignment, that'll be due on Wednesday. You'll need to turn in a rough draft. And by Thursday, you will need to respond to at least 2 of your fellows' papers. I've given you some questions here to help you determine how good they're doing with their papers. And you can also use these questions to kind of review your own paper. You'll give them feedback, they'll give you feedback, and then by Friday, you'll need to make corrections to your draft and turn in your draft to this assignment here. Just like always, I'll go over them over the weekend and give you guys feedback, and then you'll have a pretty short amount of time next week to turn in a final draft. It won't be a week this time because we don't have a week left. Next week is the final exam, and either Wednesday or Thursday, whichever thing it says in the Week 8 introduction video, is when you will have to have your rewrites in as well, because I don't have until next week to finish them. All right. Good luck, guys. This is the last week that's kind of hard. I will open up the final exam probably on Saturday so that you'll have a lot of time to finish it. All right. See you guys in the discussions.